Wisconsin tribal leaders are fighting a plan to move a 71-year-old pipeline on tribal land. The Northern Wisconsin Pipeline transports up to 23 million gallons of oil and natural gas a day from the city of Superior through Michigan and into Ontario. The tribe wants Enbridge to remove the pipeline for fear of a spill. Enbridge has proposed a new route, but it requires permits from multiple government agencies. Millions of customers across the upper Midwest rely on the pipeline for energy. Right now, it is unclear when a ruling might come. You can read more on this story on our website.